Hello everyone! Today we will be taking a look at another commander deck. I played this deck yesterday on a tournament that I went to. I've always wanted to play Michiko Konda, the Truth Seeker. So finally I got to it and made the deck that I always wanted to make. So let me tell you a little bit about Michiko Konda. She is 4 mana, it's mono white, it's a 2/2 human advisor, and whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, that player sacrifices a permanent. Yeah, I think you know what way we are going with this deck. So first of all, let's start off with the land base. We have for this deck 22 snow-covered plains. And we use those snow-covered plains for only 2 cards. The Mouth of Ronom, which basically lets you tap it for colorless, or you pay 5, one of which has to be snow mana, to sacrifice it and deal 4 damage to target creature. And of course Crying Sheets, which is 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 snow. Look at the top card of your library. If that card is snow, you may reveal it and put it into your hand to filter out all these planes. Right, next up we have the 2 cycle lands, Secluded Steppe and Drifting Meadow. Nothing too special there. Then we play Karu. Karu comes into play tapped. When you play it, you have to return an untapped plains you control to its owner's hand, or bury Karu. Destroy, sacrifice, of course. And if you tap it, you get 1 white and 1 colorless mana. So this will always tap for 2, which is great. Then, of course, we have Mistvale Plains, which comes into play tapped. And if you pay 1 white and you tap it, put target card in your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Play this ability only if you control 2 or more white permanents. Excellent to bring back those cards that you wish weren't gone. Emidia the Sky Ruin. It's a regular land, not a legendary land. I always thought it was a legendary land, but it's a regular land. It comes to play tapped, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh yeah, this card is amazing. Next up we have some protection. Mystifying Maze. For 4 mana you can exile target creature, target attacking creature an opponent controls. At the beginning of the next end step, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Then we have some more protection. Core Haven. For 2 you can prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by target attacking creature this turn. Then we have a token generator, Kildoran Outpost. When it comes into play, sacrifice a plane or sacrifice Kildoran Outpost. Tap for white or for 2, produce a 1/1 soldier token. Then we have 2 times a land destruct, a regular strip mine and a dust bowl. For 3 you can sacrifice a land, destroy target non-basic land. Excellent in the format that is Commander. Then we have a Thawing Glaciers. It comes into play tapped, but if you pay 1 and you tap it, you search your library for a basic land and put it into play tapped. This does not count towards your 1 land per turn limit. Shuffle your library afterwards. At the end of the turn, return Thawing Glaciers to its owner's hand. I used to play this card in my High Tide deck, my High Tide Legacy deck. It was just producing a lot of mana, a lot of lands into play. And of course we have a Vesuva, which basically copies a land when it enters play. So that's it for the land cards. Now we go to the regular deck, the main deck, with creatures. We start off with the creatures. First of all, we have some Recurrence, Argivian Archaeologist, 3 mana, and it's just a 1/1. But if you pay 2 and you tap it, you can bring an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Very powerful card. Sun Titan. Who doesn't know it? When it enters the battlefield or it attacks, you may return target permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it's a 6/6 Vigilance. Eternal Dragon, flying, 5/5, and for 5 you can return it from your graveyard to your hand, only during your upkeep. And it has Plane Cycling, so you can search your deck for planes if you need it. Stoneforge Mystic. So we only play 3 equipment cards in this entire deck, and that's where she comes in. She just tutors the necessary equipment. So we'll get over the equipments a little bit later. And for 2 mana, you may put an equipment card from your hand into the battlefield. Stonecloaker. It has flash, flying, and when it comes into play, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. And also when it comes into play, remove target card in a graveyard from the game. Excellent to bounce something that's been locked for you, or to remove something that's a pest in someone else's graveyard. Weathered Wayfarer. For 1 mana, tap it, search your library for a land card, reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Play this ability only if an opponent controls more land than you. Something like a land tax, but a little bit different. Knight of the White Orchid. First strike. When it comes into play, if an opponent controls more land than you, you may search your library for a plains card, put it into play, shuffle your library. Yeah, basically the same. Solemn Simulacrum. When it comes into play, search your library for a basic land, put that card into play tapped. If you do, shuffle your library. When it dies, you may draw a card. So these are basically the land fix cards if you need more mana. Then we have Glory. Glory is a 3/3 creature with flying. For 3 mana, creatures you control gain protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. You can only play it, that ability, if Glory is in your graveyard. Soltari Visionary. It has Shadow. It's a 2/2. When it damages any player, destroy target enchantment that player controls. Excellent way to get rid of stuff consistently. Silverchase Fox for 2. You can sack it and exile target enchantment. Great way to get rid of gods. Archon of Justice. It has flying. When it dies, exile target permanent. Great card as well. And of course, to top it off, Angel of Serenity. Flying, 5/6. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 3 other target creatures from the battlefield and or creature cards from graveyard. When she leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. Then we get to the creature boosters and negative boosters. Elesh Norn, the Grand Cenobite. It has Vigilance, it's a 4/7. Other creatures you control get +2/+2. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. Then we have the lesser version of that, Krovax, the Ascendant Hero. Other white creatures get +1/+1. Non-white creatures get -1/-1. It's a 4/4 for 6, and pay 2 life, return a Krovax to its owner's hand. Then we have the Mirror Entity. It's a changeling, so it's every card type. Every creature type, sorry. And for X, you can give creatures... creatures become XX that you control and gain all creature types until end of turn. So it's pretty neat. Then we get to the lockdown cards. Blazing Archon basically speaks for itself. It's flying and creatures cannot attack you. Then we get the Grand Abolisher. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Excellent. No more blue. Haven Mind Sensor. Flash, flying, and if an opponent would search a library, that player searches the top 4 cards of that library instead. This one has been reprinted in Amonkhet. The deck is up to date for Amonkhet. I don't believe there are any Amonkhet cards in here, so that doesn't really matter. Guardian Seraph. It's a 3/4 flying, and if a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you, prevent one of that damage. Because you want people to attack you, you want to get damage, but as little as possible. So this is one of the cards to help you with that. Then we have some of the beaters. We have the Baneslayer Angel, flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from demons and from dragons. And it's a 5/5 for 5. Excellent value. And of course, Akroma, the Angel of Wrath. 8 mana, 6/6. Flying, first strike, trample, haste, protection from black, protection from red, and vigilance. Sweet. Then we get to the Aegis of the Gods. You have hexproof, simple as that. But it's an enchantment creature. I'll get back to that later. Spirit of the Labyrinth, also an enchantment creature. Each player can't draw more than one card each turn. Sweet. Bye bye, Ristic Study. Enlightened Tutor. This card lets you search for an artifact or an enchantment card, shuffle your deck, put it back on top. You can search for these two creatures. They are enchantments, so yeah, that's very powerful in combination. Next up we have White Sun Zenith. It's an instant. You can put X/2/2 White Cat tokens onto the battlefield and you can shuffle this one back into your deck. And X is the amount of mana that you pay. Unexpectedly Absent. Put target non-land permanent into its owner's library just beneath the top X cards of that library. Sweet. Swords to Plowshares. A little bit of removal. Path to Exile. More removal. Return to Dust, more removal. This one removes target artifact or enchantment from the game. If you played this spell during your main phase, you may remove up to one other target artifact or enchantment from the game. Then we have some Restoration. Argavian Find, 1 mana instant, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. We have an Idyllic Tutor. It's a sorcery, so it's a little bit less good than the Enlightened Tutor. And you can only search for an enchantment and put it into your hand. Alright. Now we get to the destruction cards. We have Cataclysm. Each player chooses from the permanents he or she controls an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a land and sacrifices the rest. Austere Command. Choose 2. Destroy all artifacts, or destroy all enchantments, or destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, or destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 4 or greater. And you can choose 2, so that's great. Fraction Rebirth. Destroy all creatures, then put an XX colorless horror artifact creature token onto the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. Martial Coup. Put X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens into play if X is 5 or more, and you can pay that. Destroy all other creatures. Rout. You can pay 2 more and it becomes an instant. Destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. Catastrophe. Destroy all lands or all creatures. Creatures destroyed this way cannot regenerate this turn. And of course, Wrath of God, which basically destroy all creatures, can be regenerated. Then we get to the enchantments. We have some removal here. Seal of Cleansing. You can just drop it and threaten everyone. Yeah, hey, if you're gonna attack me, I'm gonna destroy your beautiful enchantment over there, or artifact, whatever they have lying around. Oblivion Ring, some more removal. You remove a non-land permanent from the game. When this one leaves, they get it back. Ghostly Prison, of course. Creatures can attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature attacking you. Aura of Silence. Artifacts and enchantments spells your opponents play cost 2 more to play, and you can sack it to destroy an artifact or enchantment. Blind Obedience. Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped, and it has Extort, so yeah, you can pay 1 more to gain some life, and opponents make them lose some life. Crackdown. Non-white creatures with power 3 or greater don't untap during their controller's untap steps. And my favorite enchantment of all, Light of Day. Black creatures cannot attack or block. Simple as that. 4 mana enchantment, no drawback. That's it. You drop it, black is screwed. I played this one yesterday in a game where actually 2 people were playing black. They were throwing their cards on the table and were like, dude, what the hell is this card? And the other guy was playing red, white and blue. And he was like, wow, that's an awesome card. I will have to get this. And remember guys, it's only an uncommon from Tempest and 6th edition. So it's not that expensive yet. Go get your copy now. And Karmic Justice. It's an enchantment. Whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you may destroy target permanent that opponent controls. Yeah, makes your opponents think twice about killing your stuff. And Darksteel Mutation, if you just don't want the commander to come back. Just make it a 0/1 tick. It's indestructible and it doesn't do anything anymore. Land tax. During your upkeep, if an opponent controls more land than you may search your library and remove up to 3 basic land cards and put them into your hand. Simple as that. It's only 1 mana. And we have Sacred Mesa. During your upkeep, sacrifice a Pegasus or bury Sacred Mesa. For 2, put a wild Pegasus token into play. It's a 1/1 white creature with flying. Just to make some more creatures. Right, then we only have a couple of artifacts left. Starting with the equipments, which we can tutor with our creature that tutors them. Stoneforge Mystic, that's it. We have Lightning Greaves. Equipped creature has haste and shrouds. Equips for 0, cost 2. Excellent card. Sword of Fire and Ice to give your creatures or Michiko Konda protection from red and blue. A little bit more body, and when it deals combat damage to a player, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you may draw a card. And we have a Skull Clamp for those tokens. We can sack it, draw 2 cards. Well, we can make them die and get 2 cards. Mana Fix. We have a Soul Ring. Of course, we have a Soul Ring in every deck. And always this beautiful version of it. And of course, a Caged Sun. And of course you would be choosing white. So all creatures of the chosen color get +1/+1, and when a land's ability adds 1 or more mana of the chosen color, add 1 additional mana to that mana pool. Then we have a Senses Divining top. It's 1 mana, and for 1 mana you can look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them back in any order. If you tap it, draw a card, put this one on top. Then we have a Crystal Ball for 1, tap, scry 2. And we have a Scroll Rack. Oh my god, this card worked so beautiful with land tax. Really, it's just you search your library for 3 lands and basically just throw them away back into your library to draw 3 cards for free. Well, for 1 mana. It's great. Choose any number of cards in your hand and set those cards aside. Put an equal number of cards from the top of your library into your hand. Then put the card set aside in this way on top of your library in any order. Then we have a Thunder Staff to prevent more damage. If it's untapped and a creature would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage. And for 2 and tap, attacking creatures get +1/+0. But you don't use the ability, you just want it to prevent stuff. Then we have Norn's Annex. It's 5 mana, of which 2 is Phyrexian white. This can be paid with either white or 2 life. Creatures can attack you or a planeswalker you control, unless their controller pays 1 Phyrexian white for each of those creatures. Then we have a Crucible of Worlds for those strip mines and whatnot. You may play lands from your graveyard as though they were in your hand. Staff of Domination. For 1 mana, untap the staff. For 2, tap it, you gain 1 life. 3, tap it, untap target creature. 4, tap it, tap target creature. 5, tap it, draw a card. And Strionic Resonator to copy that awesome ability over there for only 2 mana. So that's it. That's my Michiko Konda deck. I loved playing this deck, really. I didn't win because I was lucky enough to get a turn 1 Snow-Covered Plains into a Soul Ring, into a Scroll Rack. And then turn 2 I had a land tax, so I was basically enemy number 1 at the table from the start. And the second time around I had her lying around Karmic Justice and a Light of Day. People weren't very happy and I was also beaten to death with it. But the deck itself, it's very fun to play. Just enjoy the look on people's faces when you play it. Thank you all for watching. The deck list is in the description down below. And see you all next time. Bye bye.